welcome to YML Gaming. I am YML, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a couple of hot spots to get these Tralok. I've seen a lot of posts on Reddit, a lot of things when people have an issue trying to get these fish. Believe it or not, they're classified as common species, but I've also had a hard time finding these until I actually found out a really good way to get these things done, get these things caught, man. I'm gonna show you guys two spots where I like to fish to get all of my ocean fish, especially the Tralok, and which bait and which spear that you need to be using. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it, man. Remember, you're fishing, you're gonna need patience, man. So without further ado, let's get to it. Now this is one or two spots where I like to fish with my ocean fish. If you look on your map and close to the number 2 Grenier base, the little red marker, the red indicator, this is the shoreline on the coast where I like to fish for my ocean fish. Now you're going to be using the Tralok fishing spear, and you're going to be using peppered bait. Always use your luminous dye, even if you're fishing in the daytime. It's just a lot easier to see the fish. Just don't even risk trying to see through the surface and all that kind of stuff, man. Just use your luminous dye. I suggest you craft as much of that as possible, because you're going to be spending several hours in the plains fishing for these different varieties of fish. Now I left this normal time so you guys can see the amount of Tralok that I got to actually surface just from one bait. Now there are chances, as you see there, the Gapula actually ate my bait, which is quite frustrating. The fish can eat your bait, so don't let your fish swim around for a long time waiting for a certain species to pop up, man. Just go ahead and fish every fish in the vicinity. Focus on the fish that you're searching for or that you want most, but don't let them attack your bait and eat your bait, because they will eat it up and it will be gone, and you'll have to use another one, man. And if you're used to, you know, crafting bait and stuff, those resources are a pain in the ass, so just make sure you use your bait sparingly. Do not, under any circumstances, use more than one bait in one location. Now what you can do, being that you see the shoreline I'm standing on is kind of split on both sides, I might throw a bait into the middle and a bait into the ocean part of this location. But don't double, triple down on bait. It is not going to make more fish of that type appear. It's just a waste of bait. Another thing I've noticed is, you see, there is a portion of land where I can actually walk down into the water a bit, but just don't do it, because you are disturbing the water and the fish will scatter. And when you're using the luminous dye, you can really see how you just tapping the surface of the water really affects the fish, and how they just get lost the moment they feel those vibrations in the water and things like that. And you see here from one bait, you know, I got 2, 3 Tralok to come into this area. You know, it's a daytime fish, so you do want to fish for this fish in the daytime. You don't want to try this at night. Just wait until the day cycle and this, you know, hit the shorelines of the ocean and just go ahead and get this thing handled. They're going to be becoming a lot more common than any other fish when you use pepper bait, especially in the ocean. So just make sure you keep your eyes peeled for where they might be. There's instances where you see here I can get 3 to spawn off of one bait, and this is in a matter of like 10-15 seconds. I believe the bait lasts for at least a minute and a half, maybe even 2 minutes. It slowly sinks into the bottom. Now we're checking out the second location. This is going to be by the number 3 indicator where the Grenier base is located. Again on the shoreline, because the Tralok is an ocean fish. And I like to fish between this little island and the shoreline on the far side. Now we're still going to be using one pepper bait, our Tralok spear, and our luminous dye. And you see the moment I cast in the luminous dye, I see the fish there. I am cloaked, unfortunately, because you know the Grenier are assholes and they like to shoot at you when you're trying to fish and shit. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. But that's why I always fish with Loki, man, so I could cloak and get things done and try to clear out the Grenier in the area. Just try to make sure you got a somewhat safe fishing surrounding. You see I'm being shot at again, even after clearing out I don't know how many Grenier in the area. It gets really frustrating at times, but just try to keep you cool. They're gonna scare off your fish. If any of those bullets hit the water surface, every fish in the vicinity is gone. They're gonna disappear immediately, and you would have lost that fish. Another good location in this same area, just hop up these rocks and head over to the left-hand side on the shoreline. This is a really good hot spot. And what I really like about this location is the patch of land that extends into the water. You can actually walk out a pretty good ways on that. without it actually disturbing the fish. And what's good about this location is when you're fishing at nighttime, you know, none of the ocean water is magnetized like the lakes and the ponds are in the plains. None of the water is going to be magnetized, so you can step out. And you see here I've gotten 3 Tralok to spawn in off of one bait in a matter of 15-20 seconds. This is really effective. I use a strategy that I call baiting my fish when I fish, and I'm telling you guys, man, I have been fishing for hours and hours and hours trying to find the best strategies, the best locations, and the best way to actually fish effectively, man, so you don't have to spend hours trying to figure it out. And I've gotten over 300,000 standing worth of fish in my inventory right now. So I'm pretty much squared away with the standing is concerned. Just make sure you fish, you know, patient. You know, don't expect the fish to pop the way you want them to pop. Just take your time and you'll be good to go, man, for sure. Now you see on extraction here, this is just a matter of an hour I spent fishing, and you'll get a bunch of Capula, always, they're very common, but using the resource booster, always use a resource booster when you farm anything on Warframe. We got 46 small, 22 mediums, and 12 larges, so you can dissect and bait those smalls for Tralok eyes. You can donate the rest or provide them to the syndicate for standing. It's a really good way to get standing, in my opinion, the best way to get standing. Well, I hope you guys found this video helpful, man. If you're new to YML Gaming, smash that sub button, hit that like, man. Thanks for watching, you guys, as always, and I'll catch you on the next video.